Hello subscribers, welcome to Base Day F. This is just a quick note to let you know that I'm putting my YouTube channel on a little bit of a hiatus, but I'm still producing content for my patrons at www.patreon.com/AshleyAFrawley. This week, I try to explain the first part of Capital Volume 1 using a little known synopsis produced by Friedrich Engels in 1868. So you get an audiobook of that synopsis plus my explanations. What you missed out on last week is a lecture from Daniel Jacob on Marx's value theory and in particular his understanding of money. And again, my own explainer putting it all down into the most basic terms so anyone can understand both at a 101 level and the 400 that Jacobs gives. Here's a sneak peek at what you get on Patreon. All profit for Marx is the theft of time that people work over and above what is required to replace their wages. On this foundation, wealth is built. However, this foundation has itself developed large-scale industry, which requires less and less input from labor. And so labor time, by which we measure the value of these things, is no longer so good a measure. Because in the process, we created a new society without even realizing it. Exchange value will cease to be the measure of use value. In other words, we are capable of producing so much wealth with so few inputs that the relationship between material wealth and exchange begins to break down. Think about things like food and clothing. We produce them in such abundance and at such low cost that the ability to make profit from them gets harder and harder. And yet for the great mass of humanity, this is great because we now worry of all things about getting fat and producing too many clothes. Our ancestors would be utterly gobsmacked by such problems. The surplus labor of the mass has ceased to be the condition for the development of general wealth. It is no longer necessary for everyone to keep working beyond a certain point where we are able to produce such riches. In capitalism, labor time is reduced to a minimum not to make life more comfortable, but to increase the rate of exploitation. But in this new society, the one we're already kind of living in, the one that is being created right before our eyes, we could be reducing labor time to increase our free time. We don't even know now what it will mean then to be free.